This Week in Startups is brought to you by Wistia. Create your free Wistia account today and get started hosting your videos in just minutes at wistia.com/twist. And Blue Apron. Check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free with free shipping by going to blueapron.com/twist. And Ring. Ring Video Doorbell connects to your home Wi-Fi network and sends real-time notifications to your smartphone or tablet when someone is at your door. Visit ring.com. Our iTunes review of the week is from Alex Nicholson. There isn't a better combination of experience, insider knowledge, insightful analysis, and wit, all wrapped up in a down-to-earth guy who's fun to listen to. Without even trying, Jason is also incredibly inspirational.
Hey everybody, welcome to This Week in Startups. I'm your host, Jason Calacanis, and it is CES 2017. Yes, I am back at CES after a multi-year hiatus, and we're taping a couple of episodes of This Week in Startups. I asked my great friend, James Siminoff, if I could use his booth. He was crazy enough to say yes, and so here we are. We're going to tape 3 great episodes from the Ring booth. If you don't know Ring, it's my favorite hardware home automation product of 2016. I have 2 of them in my house. They're absolutely indispensable. And this is a business that you started 4 years ago?
Over 5 years ago now.
Now it's 5 years.
Yeah, it's over 5 years.
And as an entrepreneur, I have to say, I underestimated you. I looked at you as an entrepreneur. We're friends, so I would talk this way. You remind me of like a tinkerer, because you would find all these little businesses and you would build beautifully elegant solutions to businesses. But none of them ever broke out.
Yep.
The first one I remember was brilliant. It was phone tag.
Yep.
And before text, speech to text was great. You said, hey, forward your phone number here. And you had somebody in Manila transcribe it.
Yep.
And I would send people to voicemail, and then I would get a perfect transcript.
Read your voicemail.
And read your voicemail. It was so brilliant.
Yeah.
That business did okay.
Yeah, I mean,
still goes on.
Still, it ended up Nuance bought it.
Which is the text-to-speech people.
Yeah. But for very little, I mean, to your point, you're right. I mean, it was
a single.
At best, it was a single.
It was
maybe
a single.
It was a bunt.
It was like getting hit with the ball and getting on first base.
Yes, which
like
by the way,
counts.
I'll take. Yeah, I was still on first base.
And you spent a couple years on that.
I did, yeah.
Then you were like, then you got unsubscribe.com.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, I always liked you as a person. I was like, oh, respect going up as an entrepreneur. This cat's figuring it out, because you got unsubscribe.com, an incredible $1 million domain name. And you created a really brilliant idea, which was put this Chrome extension or Google extension, something in, and press the unsubscribe button, and you'll handle getting me off that email.
Yes.
So brilliant. That business
terrible.
Was horrible. Nobody paid for it.
The product still, to this day, one of the best products ever, I think.
Yes.
I mean, like, it cleans up your email in the
still
right
works.
way. It's It's great. The business of it was
people wouldn't
worst.
Pay for it.
Zero. $0.
Fantastic. So you come up with an elegant solution that everybody wants, everybody tells you they want, but as an entrepreneur, they basically, people can tell you that the statistics can show you that they love the product, but then in the final moment, the credit card doesn't come out.
There's just no way to convert it into dollars.
Brutal.
It just was brutal.
So what happened with that business? You sold it, or it just on life support?
We sold it and got the investors their money back.
Perfect.
100 cents on the dollar. I got their, because I
actually feel very
good. And for me, it's something I feel a very big responsibility to the dollars that we take in. When someone puts money with me, I feel very responsible to get that back. So far, I've always returned my investor dollars.
Which is so it seems so obvious, but in today's era where everybody thinks they're an entrepreneur, and there's a lot of fake entrepreneurs out there, people playing the role of entrepreneur that they saw in a movie, but they're not actually doing it.
Yeah.
Like, you would rather lose your money and get your investors their money back.
100%.
100%, right? Like,
I'd lose my time, my money, anything. Like, that is the most important thing. I think there's such a big responsibility to taking money, and I think it's something that has left sort of the scene is like, oh yeah, I lost. Like, we lost. Like,
but we learned and we're done.
That's bullshit.
They all give up.
Yeah, they give up.
Millennials, a lot of them give up playing the role of founder. And then you start Doorbot.
So actually, so what I did is, and here's to your point, I think exactly.
Because I lost track of you. Oh, no, you were doing another idea. You had the battery Kickstarter
thing. But here's what that came out of. So I get done with unsubscribe, and I'm like, I just have this like kind of meltdown of, to your point, like, I keep coming up with these great ideas.
Right.
None of them are becoming real businesses.
Did you question yourself as an entrepreneur? You say, maybe it's not for me?
No, I said, what am I?
What am
like
I?
I really said to myself, like what do I want to do? Like what am I? Like because I've never really cared about the startup or whatever. It's like really like what do I like to do?
Right.
And I've never really gone for money. Like and that was part of the problem was I actually was not going for money. I was always so I realized, you know what I am? I'm an inventor. I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm not a business person. I'm an inventor.
Inventor first.
And so I said, so basically, how does an inventor build? But I'm an inventor who wants to make a big impact.
Right.
And the only way to make a big impact is to build something that gets out there. So
a meaningful business with revenue.
It has to be a meaningful business.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go in my garage. I'm going to hire like 2 guys or 2 people.
Yeah.
On my dime.
Right.
And I'm going to keep inventing stuff off all these ideas I have. And we're going to let them stew. Like I'm going to let all this stuff marinate. And we're going to see what takes off.
Right.
So we're going to do multiple businesses, see what happens. And then if one pops, we'll kind of go with it. Now, I thought multiple would pop. I had all these crazy ideas. But
yeah. You made an incubator in your
like
garage.
A personal incubator.
A personal incubator, which made it very pure.
100%. Yeah.
It was pure.
Oh,
you came out with this crazy idea. You'd have like a box on that way you put it on a table with like 8 charging ports
with
on
like
it.
retractable chargers. We had this like conference call.
That's kind of nice. Yeah.
This conference call system thing. I had a gardening idea.
And then you come up with this product, Ring.
But I didn't. So here, I didn't come up with it. Okay. I was in the garage. Yeah. And people are stopping over, and I couldn't hear the doorbell.
Oh my God!
So I said to one of my guys, I said, find a Wi-Fi doorbell online. Like buy me a Wi-Fi doorbell so I can go to my phone. Yeah. And they're like, it doesn't exist. And I'm like, you guys are idiots. You don't know how to use Google. It doesn't exist. I build it myself.
Amazing.
And everyone who comes over is like,
can I have that?
This is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. And they're like, how much does that cost? $300, $400? You're like, yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I soldered it together, $50. Like, I don't know. Yeah.
So then you make it as a product.
Yep.
You put it on Kickstarter or Indiegogo?
We actually, at the time, Kickstarter wasn't taking cameras or hardware product. They went through this whole Kickstarter had a weird thing back then.
Because they had so many hardware flameouts.
So they kicked everything off.
Yeah, kind of an overreaction.
Way overreaction.
Yeah. But they really care about their reputation, Kickstarter.
Yeah, I haven't really followed it since then.
I think they're really like, they believe they're curators. It's a quixotic business. I mean, they're really interested in... I mean, they're a B Corp and they're not going to go public, all this stuff. So, but Indiegogo feels like more of a platform. Anything goes, put something up, whatever. Yeah. But a lot of the hardware startups flamed out. So you didn't do an Indiegogo.
So we did our own site, our own pre-sale site. My friend Loic, Loic Lemire,
who's just on the program.
And he was having his little web conference, and I said to Loic, I said, you need to give me like 20 minutes up there to launch this. And Loic's like, 12. I cannot give you the time, and I'm like, Loic, you're doing it. And he's like, okay. And so Loic's been a great friend and supporter. Awesome. He actually, it's very funny. He was supposed to invest. He got another couple friends to invest. And he backed out at the last second.
Oh my God.
And that would be, I think it's like a 50 or 100x now. Because that was the angel
$4 million round. Ugh.
I think it might even sub. Like it was really early.
Wow. Yeah, it's the thing. The mistake I always make is, as an angel investor, is you always bet on your friends. You just always bet on your friends. You have complete knowledge. I know you're not going to let the business die. Yeah. I mean, somebody might kill you, but you're not going to let it die. You'll fight until there's nothing left.
And I think that's like when we talk about it, because we laugh about it, but I think that's what makes him mad is that exactly that.
He knew it.
He knew it, and the product was not that good at the time. I mean, it was like he's not wrong.
It's a little kludgy.
It was tough. I mean,
it was a little kludgy. And when you got it dialed in, you changed the name of it at some point
to Ring.
Yep. It was Doorbot or something in the beginning.
Yeah, it was Doorbot. Yeah.
And when you rushed the hardware out, is that one of the lessons? You rushed it a little bit in the beginning.
It's funny because people ask like, what would you do differently?
Yeah,
and I say like, I would rob a bank. I mean, no one was going to give me money. So I had to rush it. Like survival was rushing it. Like I would have died otherwise.
Right.
So there was no, like looking back, the right thing to do with hardware is to raise 30, 40, 50 million. Stay in a nice office with 30 engineers.
Right. And take your time.
3 years, take your time, test it, build it, launch
good luck.
it. But I didn't have the credibility. I mean, I had to survive.
Perfection is the enemy of progress. That's what I always say. Like you sometimes got to put it out there. But then you dial in the product.
Yep.
And I don't know if it was 3 years ago the actual Ring came out or
Ring came out September 29th of 2014.
2014. So now we're sitting here 2 years later, 2.5.
Yeah.
And How many of these products are in the market now?
So
Approximately
we
tens of millions, millions?
A lot. Like we're in 15,000 stores. We're probably one of the, yeah. So we're a lot.
I have the product. My wife was like, I don't know if I want that or not. She didn't know it was your company. She's like, I just want to get the standard doorbell we had at the gate or whatever. I said, no, you trust me. You're going to love this product. And there was like doubt. I put it in. It's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Because when somebody presses, what people don't realize is you stumbled upon perhaps a better business and a better feature than just answering the door. And we're going to get back to that feature after this commercial break. Yes. My favorite video platform is back as a partner here at This Week in Startups. You know I love and use Wistia all the time. Go to thisweekinstartups.com and you will see the amazing Wistia videos in beautiful, beautiful HD and without all the cruft and crud that other video platforms put around videos to make them disgusting and unwatchable and to just pummel you with marketing. You hate it, don't you? I do too. Video is critically important. Listen, you're listening to my voice right now. You understand video is where it's at. Young people, old people, busy people, business people, everybody wants to hear your message directly from you looking into the camera. I'm watching you right now. Wistia helps you connect directly with your audience. And who else uses Wistia? MailChimp, Moz, HubSpot, Zendesk, Herman Miller, Sam Adams. And this company's on fire. I don't own any equity in it. I'm trying to get myself a little board of advisors position. Maybe I can be on the board of directors and pull a dime here. 330,000 user accounts, and I have no equity in this company. I'm just dying inside. And when they started sponsoring Twist 2 years ago, they had 50,000. That shows you the power of This Week in Startups combined with a world-class product like Wistia. They have grown almost 7x in that time. Amazing analytics. You can look at the trends and look at the streams. You can see exactly where different users view videos, watch a video a second time, and you can make people log in to see certain videos. You can ask them for their email to watch the video and grow your email list. And I told you many times, every email you get for your company is worth between, in my estimation, $10 and $100, depending on your business. And you want to capture those emails before and after the video plays. It is the most effective technique for growing your email list, and email lists are critically important for every startup, every small, medium-sized business, and even big businesses. People ignore it. They ignore video. They ignore email at their peril. So it's super easy to use. There's lots of support. And it's integrated with 20 email and marketing automation tools, so you can share your videos with everybody on your list. There's tons of resources to help you get off the ground with video marketing. So don't be scared of video marketing, because you can just simply go on Wistia and watch all their tutorials. They have an amazing blog where they teach you all kinds of cool things. And you can download these guides for choosing the right microphone, like this one, a Neumann. I have like a $3,000 microphone. You don't need to go as crazy as I am. You can get like the $300 or $400 Shure microphones. But anyway, lighting setups for $100, using video and email together, anything. They teach everybody how to use video effectively. I love the product. I use the product. I've used it for years. It's the solution that I was looking for when I wanted to get off those other gnarly platforms that try to hijack your users and won't let you do things like get emails from your own customers. Think about that. You put your videos on other platforms and they take the email and they won't give it to you. Kind of heavy-handed, right? You don't want to be on other video platforms. You want to have somebody in your corner, and Wistia is in your corner. Here is your call to action. This is what the fans need to do for me and to get the best video platform in the world. I want you just to go create an account on Wistia and start hosting some videos there in minutes. Wistia.com/twist, Wistia.com/twist, Wistia, Wistia.com/twist. And thank you so much to the team at Wistia for supporting independent media like This Week in Startups. It means a lot to me personally. Let's get back to this amazing program. Hey everybody, welcome back to This Week in Startups. I'm your host, Jason Calacanis. You can follow me on Twitter at Jason. You can follow the show at TWI Startups. We're also on the Instagram and a bunch of other things. You can find us in those places. My guest today, James Siminoff, the genius inventor of Ring. You can go buy one at ring.com. Please go buy one. It's an incredible product. You'll love it. It's life-changing. But it's life-changing, I think, for many reasons. One, you can answer the door from your phone. This is the basic functionality.
Sure.
But it's got a camera on it.
Yep.
And the camera became a game changer, not just because you got to see who was at the door and you got to talk to them from your bedroom or from a remote location, but a secondary use case emerged that became a viral media sensation. What is that?
So our mission is to reduce crime in neighborhoods.
Wait a second. It's a doorbell.
And so, by the way, this is the best thing. So, like, you hear 1,000 pitches a year or something, right? And all these crackerjack entrepreneurs come
20
up
a
with these
week easily.
ridiculous ideas, and you just like laugh at them. We were so laughed at when I told investors.
I don't laugh. I squint. I go,
No, you laugh. You smirk.
No.
You try
I've learned not to. I've
Okay,
learned not
okay.
to. I may have in the past, but not anymore. But yes,
So,
you're right.
I mean, here I am with this crappy product.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we have like 3 people. I'm in my garage, and I'm like,
3-star reviews.
And I say, we're gonna reduce crime in neighborhoods.
What?
And people are like, it's a doorbell. Like, chill out.
Chill out.
Like at best, you'll make enough money to like get out of the garage.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I think we can actually impact crime in neighborhoods. And what happens is what we stumbled on is presence. What reduces crime is delivering presence back into the neighborhood.
Right.
With both spouses now working, kids are out of the house more, neighborhoods are emptier. That's what's causing the crime. And so by delivering the presence into the neighborhood, we actually reduce the crime. And now we've proven it at scale. But back then, again, it was one of these things that people just couldn't even fathom.
People, I'm assuming at this point, criminals now, because Ring videos have become viral, and there are many videos, you can go on YouTube and just type Ring doorbell and see a million of them. People coming up and stealing packages, or even worse, people coming in and kicking the door down, or 3 guys coming. There was one video that had 2 or 3 guys with masks on.
Yep.
And they're ringing the doorbell, they're going around back, you see them all moving around, and then the homeowner answers remotely, and they run for the hills.
Yes.
They run. So this is the technique that's been used. They knock, they see if anybody's home, and then they go walk around, and they ring again, and then they go in. But if somebody answers, they're going to go on to another target.
Because they have no idea if you're there, if you're not there,
Right.
are you armed? And most
Even
criminals,
if you're not there, though, if they were smart enough to know it's a ring and that you might not be there, why would they want to risk it? Because
100%, it's jail. I mean, it's like it's. I mean, that's
well, they know that you could at least call the cops.
Yes.
At a minimum.
At a minimum, and the other side of it is you could be inside of there, and these criminals are these are people trying to get. Luckily, violent crime is very low actually in the United States.
Right.
Usually, when there's a violent crime, it's something that's known parties.
Yeah.
This kind of stuff is someone wants to grab a laptop. They're not trying to
sell it, get some.
So
crack,
if you're there, they leave.
Meth. Yeah.
And the other thing we found out is when they leave your house, they leave the area. So that's what was interesting about Ring is we actually have an effect. There's almost like a halo on your neighbors.
Right.
From us being on a house.
And you then started, because that became a feature that you noticed, you started pulling that string, as Tim Cook says, you pull the string to see where it leads you. I noticed in the product you put post this video to YouTube.
Yep.
You have a nice organized list of them, and so people now post it to YouTube, share it on Nextdoor, and you have some kind of relationship with Nextdoor because I notice you're on Nextdoor. I don't know. Is that like a partnership, or you just buy ads straight up?
Nextdoor, we share a very similar mission. Nextdoor is all about, I don't know if you know Nirav and amazing people, amazing company. A similar mission of trying to make a neighborhood a better place for people. Right. And so it's a great partnership. Yeah. And so it's a partnership as well as it's just kind of two aligned companies working together.
And I see people talking about, hey, put this camera up, put a ring up, etc. And the product line has expanded. What people don't understand also about the product is how easy it is to install. There really is like a 2-level installation process that you can go through. One, I was like, I got to get somebody to professionally install this. And I took it out of the box and I was like, wait a second, it's battery powered.
Yeah.
So and it comes with Velcro, I think. Does it come with Velcro or did I get Velcro?
You probably got Velcro.
I got double-sided Velcro on the house.
Double-sided tape, yeah.
Double-sided Velcro. I put it up. I put it at the gate. My wife's like, what if somebody steals the ring? I'm like, it's a camera.
Well, actually, that's so a big portion of our buyers are worried about that. Yeah. We actually guarantee it. If it's stolen, we'll replace it free of charge.
Oh, amazing. I didn't know that. But I was like, if they steal it, I'll have them on camera stealing it.
Well, that's...
And what's the resale value of this anyway? Like, I mean, come on. It's a $200 device, $100 device. It doesn't matter. So I put it up, and it's battery powered. Yep. And I was like, well, what if the battery runs out? Then I look, and it's like, the app tells you the battery is going to run out.
Yep.
You put it inside, you charge it overnight,
like
or for
a cell
2 or
phone.
3 hours, like a cell phone. You put it back out.
Yep.
Then I was like, they should do a solar panel. I looked, there's a solar panel. You can plug it in, so you can make it solar powered.
Yep.
And then I was like, you know what? I can't hear What if I can't hear it? My wife wants to hear a chime because we have a chime in the house. And the front door, you can plug it up to your existing doorbell system,
yep.
So you get the normal doorbell chime. But I'm like, what about the front gate? They should make something. I was like, they should make something with this where like you plug it in and you can hear a normal chime. And of course, you have Chime, which is a little product you plug in.
Yep.
And I guess it's on Wi-Fi or something. And automatically detects your ring.
Yep.
You attach it to one of the two. I have two, so I attached it to the front gate.
In the app.
And you get a nice, elegant ring.
Yeah.
So if somebody in your house is not on the Ring app, they can hear it.
No.
Amazing.
And now we're doing holiday tones too. I don't know if you saw the turkey one. We had
I
Gobble
haven't heard
Gobble
that.
for turkey. We had Halloween. We had scary stuff and Christmas and.
Now, at some point, facial recognition and telling me it's Jason at the door.
Yes.
That's got to be on the roadmap.
It's 100%. We've been very cautious about rolling out stuff before it's ready.
Right.
Now. So
a lesson you've learned.
A lesson I've learned the hard way.
Yeah.
We have an enormous. We might be investing more in computer vision than almost any other company, and I'm even talking in the big guys. We have a huge computer vision division inside the company, and so we'll launch. Our first real side of that will be about 3 months from now. We'll launch, and that's been work. It's probably 18 months in the works.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you have multiple lines now. Just to give people an idea, I know that this one is the newest. Let's work backwards from the top of the line. So this one, for people who are listening and not watching, is the Ring. What is it? Elite. So this is like $400 or $500.
$500.
$500. You plug this into, what do they call that socket?
A junction box.
A junction box.
Which is like a standard electrical box.
Like that a plug would be in.
Any plug switch would be in. Yeah.
So it makes it nice and flush with the wall.
Yep.
And this is what most people put their existing doorbells on anyway.
Correct.
Or a certain percentage of them.
Yeah.
What's the advantage of this one? Why would I get the $500 top of the line one? What's the?
It's for the person that really wants to set the home up to that high level.
Right.
It's got every advanced feature in it. You can do power over Ethernet with it. So it's
power over Ethernet.
Yeah. So it is a top of the line sort of device. It's flush mounted, so it's going to have your best look, obviously.
Yeah.
But also costs the most to install and sort of. So it's really like more for I'd say people remodeling or people that really want to have that super finished look.
Got it. So if you have a really nice house, you do this.
Yeah.
Now.
Well, then we have I'm gonna.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, grab. It's all good.
So then we have this is the Pro if we're working our way down.
I have the Pro, yeah.
So the Pro is $249.
$249. I have a Pro, and then what's the one below that called? Just Ring.
That's the Classic.
The Classic. So I have the Classic and I have
the
Pro.
Yeah.
The has a wider angle, I think, on the lens.
It's wired only.
Only.
The big difference wired only. So you have to have the doorbell wires for it.
Got it.
And
that is a huge advantage because you get power to it.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about battery. Does it have a battery anyway if the power goes out or no?
No.
Okay, so if you lose power, you lose your...
Lose power, you lose it, yeah.
Okay. But it works with the standard one. And does it have a better camera or you change it?
It does, yeah. It's a little higher end sort of components again.
Got it. The Classic Ring is bigger.
Yes.
Because it's got a huge battery in it.
Massive battery.
You can tell from the weight of it, it's weighty.
Yeah.
The battery lasts for normal use 3 or 4 rings a day, a month?
Oh no, like 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not doing motions. So are you on motion detection with yours or no?
Yeah, I think we do.
Yeah. So the motion detection will eat up.
And we got
more.
people. I have at the gate, so people are coming by on the street
all the time. Yeah.
All the time, driving by.
Yeah.
And this one is how much?
That's $199.
$199. It's almost like they're too cheap in a way. I think.
Actually, I mean, when you get out into, we're very a general sort of product. We're not like a coastal product. We're not a gadget-free product.
Right.
I mean, we are really a mainstream product.
But if you think of the cost of a home, the average home in the United States is a couple hundred.
But look at median income. I mean, $199 is people have to make $300 in salary.
Yeah.
If you're in the lower brackets.
So it's 10 hours of work. Yeah.
20. Most people at $15 an hour is let's say
$20 an hour. So it's for everybody.
It's still a.
And you make enough margin on that to make this a real business.
We do, yeah.
And then it's I think it's sort of $1 a month or $2 a month.
$3 a month or $30 a year for the recording.
I did it for $30 a year. So
yeah,
it's not expensive to have recording.
Yeah.
And then you have all those clips forever.
Yes.
Kind of interesting. Have there been any interesting use cases of people having an archive of people coming and going that have been called up, like let's say in lawsuits or in legal documents, like we pulled from the Ring camera, this person coming to the house these times?
It's funny, we haven't seen that yet, and I think when we add the computer vision, we'll start cataloging better, and I think that's when all of a sudden everything is crazy, like how often X is coming in and Y and all these sort of variables.
Yeah.
What we've really seen right now is the crime stuff. We've seen a lot of people go back, like they'll see someone will get, a burglar will be whatever, in the newspaper. And someone will go back and be like, I think that person was at my house.
And they'll
look back and they'll see that they were there. And they're like, oh my God. And so we get a lot of that. Like, look at this. This person actually was at the house a month ago. And you're like,
God, that's like being a surfer. And like, you're like, I was surfing that day. That guy got hit by the great white. And it's like, yeah, no, he went underneath you too.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's
that
like,
shark was under everybody.
And that's when people realize this reducing crime. So this mission is really, it's important. It's not just a nuance of words. An alarm system tells you after someone has violated your house, after someone is in, after someone has broken through the sort of the boundary of your home and is inside. We actually have proven time and time again that literally the person answers, that person then goes to the, down the block, robs another house, and they find out later that was actually a burglar looking to see if they were home.
All right. When we get back from this final break, I want to ask you a serious question about home automation and the playing field, because right now I have Nest smoke detectors, I have some drop cams or Nest cams,
yep.
I have a Kivo lock, I have Ring doorbells, I have Birdie smoke detector, air quality filter in beta. It's not out publicly yet. I have a butterfly camera from one of my investments, and my collection of apps for my home is getting cluttered, and Apple has HomeKit, Google is getting involved, Nest is a bit of a disaster as a company, leaderless, they can't ship a product. What is the playing field? So does everybody say.
I'm just.
Well-known fact, that is a disaster. Nest is a disaster of a unit for Alphabet, but they're going to clean it up, I guess. When we get back from this break, I want to know, what is your ambition and what will the playing field look like in another 2, 3, 4 years? Am I going to have everything on Ring? Are you going to have smoke detectors? Are you going to have other products? Or are you going to stick to your knitting and stick with cameras and security when we get back on This Week in Startups? Hey everybody, I want to tell you about a new product I've been using at my house and that I love. It's called Blue Apron. Yes, Blue Apron sends you a box with all the ingredients you need to make delicious food, to make a meal. It sounds a little weird at first, like, oh, they're going to send you a box with dinner in it. It's not pre-cooked meals. No. This is portioned out recipes with a beautiful card with exactly the right amount. And what I love about this is when we were making General Tso's chicken, which I never knew how to make General Tso's chicken, but that's one of my favorite dishes. In fact, when I go for Chinese food, it's probably the number one dish I order, that and the walnuts with the walnut shrimp. I love that. But anyway, back to General Tso's. It had all the different ingredients perfectly portioned out. So following the recipe was easy. Then we made Sicilian pizza. My daughter went crazy. She kept saying, Dad, you make the best pizza in the world. You're number one at making pizza. Again, the dough came prepackaged. Everything came with the perfect portion sizes, so it's affordable. There's a ton of variety. It's super flexible. It's easy, and they have a freshness guarantee. If you ever have any problems, they just solve your problems. You know how these direct-to-consumer products work. They have to make it work for consumers, or else consumers leave, or consumers don't tell their friend. So all they do is optimize to make it perfect and amazing and to delight you. And Blue Apron has been delightful for us in my household. And, they are very much into high-quality ingredients. That's what makes the difference. They have partnerships with 150 local farms, fisheries, and rancheries across the United States. Their seafood is all sourced sustainably, and those standards were developed with the Monterey Bay Aquarium Seafood Watch. Beef, chicken, pork are from responsibly raised animals. The produce is sourced from farms practicing regenerative farming. It's so easy. I know Jackie made the catfish and potato latkes, which are one of my favorite. I think I'm pronouncing that correct. So here's your call to action. Go ahead and get your first 3 meals free. Your first 3 meals free with shipping. Go to blueapron.com/twist. blueapron.com/twist. You are going to love it. It's just delicious and it's easy. And I would say it takes 2/3 of the agony out of making dinner. So the only part that's left is that 1/3 of delightful time of assembling the meal, making it fresh for your family. Takes 10, 20 minutes, whatever it is. But you take out that arduous hour of preparing the proper sizes and measuring things and going to the store. It is easy and delicious. It tastes great. And I'm being sincere here. Listen, I'm using it now, and I use it for 2 or 3 meals a week, and it's wonderful. My daughter loves it. She helps us pick what we're going to order, and then you have this beautiful card that explains to you, like, somebody's really working on the recipes. Whoever's doing the recipes at Blue Apron, thumbs up, 2 thumbs up. You really make it simple.
That's what I love about it. It's so simple, so fresh, so easy. Go to blueapron.com/twist. Okay, let's get back to this amazing episode.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Calacanis, and we're here at CES 2017. We're doing 3 amazing episodes of This Week in Startups. Our first episode is with James Siminoff, my old friend from Los Angeles, who is the inventor of the Ring doorbell, which is a fantastic product that I highly recommend. I own 2 of them. I give it 5-star rating. Guarantee you will love the product. Do not wait. Get the product. It is literally life-changing. Putting that aside, we're going to do 2 other episodes here where we look at some of the different technologies. And thanks, Jamie, for hosting us here at the Ring booth. It's very nice of you to have a home base here. One of the great things about this business is you get to keep tinkering.
Yes.
And you listen to how people are using the products, and you pull that string.
I'm going to tell you something. You're gonna tell me it's bullshit, but it's true. On the side of every box, because you know my email. Yeah. My email is on every single box that's shipped.
j@ring.com. There it is.
Every single box.
And you answer them.
I answer them.
I mean, what people don't realize is Jeff@Amazon.com goes to Jeff Bezos, and he answers it. I've emailed him and I've had him answer. Or more often I've had it forwarded to one of his 3 assistants who read that email. Yeah. My understanding is, and I got this, I shouldn't say how I got. Anyway, I heard he has 3 assistants, 3 executive assistants reading Jeff@Amazon.com. And they literally read everything, and they sort it, and they catalog it for him. How many emails you get off this? Like 100 a day, 50 a day?
It's like 20 to 50 a day.
Right. It's incredible feedback.
It is so amazing to have.
Do you have somebody else read it?
No.
See, that's
I mean, at some point I might have to.
You might have to, but
like Jeff. But I think, unfiltered feedback as you grow the company. We're 900 people now.
What?
Yeah.
You have 900 people?
900 people. But I'll tell you, the filtering
How the hell did I miss this investment? You need an independent board member. At some point, a founder needs an independent board member who
with a heavy stock, with a lot of stock.
I just need to chip, 10 bips. What's reasonable? 20 bips? I mean, what is that going to be?
30, 40.
I think 10, 25, I think 15 bips sounds like split the difference.
But and Jeff is one of the most amazing CEOs, and I think the filtering that happens naturally, people can't help but filter.
Yeah.
And so getting unfiltered from the customer to you is the most critical thing. I tell everyone, put your email everywhere.
I do.
Put your phone number everywhere.
Yeah, I'm just first name at every company name.
Absolutely.
I have a secret email address too, which I read first. After I get those cleared out, the secret email, then I go to the other ones.
Yeah, so I haven't done, I'm probably at some point have to start to strategize a little bit, but I always want to have that unfiltered.
Here's what you do. You take your secret email, you put your secret email in one app on your mobile phone. Then you put everything else on the other app. So let's say you use, Mailbox or Gmail or the native app on iPhone or whatever. What you do is you just start at that one, you get it down to inbox 0 because that can only be these group of people. Then you go work through the other ones. Yeah. That's just a system. Everybody's got different ones. But we were just talking about power to gates and to doors. What's this I'm holding in my hands here? It's a classic. I see a classic.
Yeah, so this is launching in 15 or 20 days. It's a solar panel backing for the Ring, and it allows you now to keep it charged without ever having to take it off. Doesn't really add that much sort of mass to it, I mean, when it's on the wall and on the gate,
you would never know the difference.
You wouldn't really be able to see the difference.
And it solves that problem.
It totally solves it. Now,
what did that cost? $100, $200 for this backing?
No, $49.
Because I was literally going to spend having an electrician run power to my gate.
And that's
which was going to be like $500 to $1,000 because I live in an area. I mean, I'm very successful now, James. You understand? It's like a different era now. 10 years ago.
I've ridden in your car service.
Exactly. So listen, I'm very successful now. You know what happens when people come to my house? They know who it is. They Google my last name. And you know what my price is? 3x everybody else's price. And then I live in a zip code where now...
So you're like 7x because you're already you're 3x.
I get 3x a zip code. I get 3x last name. Do you know what I do now? I get 3 bids. I have my assistant get the bid under her name.
That's amazing.
The bids under her name come in at half.
That's amazing.
A third or 2/3 of the bids when I ask for a price. Isn't that crazy?
It's literally crazy.
It's literally last name inflation. You're going to experience this now that people know that you have 900 employees and you're selling millions of rings. I'm going to guess you sold
a lot.
Yeah, I think this is getting into the mid-millions. The question I was going to ask you is, because you do have the floodlight camera.
Yes.
Wait a second. Is this the camera with an auto-detection floodlight?
Yes.
Jiminy Crickets, as my grandfather would say. I literally just got price quoted. I'm not kidding you. floodlights because I said to myself on the Cala compound, I was going to put, I have lights already, but I wanted to get like serious floodlights like Tony, who's the guy from Scarface? Tony Montana?
Yeah.
I wanted to get like a Tony Montana setup
Okay.
where like, or
Makes sense.
Tony Soprano on The Sopranos, he had floodlights on the top of his house.
Yes.
Because you need to see it coming. And I was going to put a series of floodlights with motion detectors and then put cameras under them. You put it together already.
Put it all together, and I made it, I made it accessible to the market, in terms of
what does this cost? $600?
$249.
How do you do it so cheap? It doesn't make sense. This should be a $500, $600, $700 product.
So it's amazing how you can deliver what you can deliver now. We build everything from scratch in house.
It's got a siren on it.
Yeah, 110 decibels.
How does that? How does the siren go off?
So right now you set it off, but we're actually setting up a lot of stuff that will be automated for that as well.
So if
you can also then link them all together. So to your Tony Montana, if someone comes to the front doorbell and you don't like it, you can hit something. Now all the lights go on, flashing, sirens.
My God.
You're taking recording of it.
I'm gonna buy a couple of these. I don't know. Maybe you sent me a couple.
Yeah, we launched this yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah, brand new.
I swear to God, I could go into my email right now and like send you.
Yeah.
The electrician quoted me. I think about $3 or $4 grand to put 6 or 7 of these. It's gonna be like 500 each.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be the thing. What's crazy is
now. How do you power this? You gotta have power for this.
So most homes, if you look around, and this is what I do, is why I shouldn't drive.
Right.
Is why Uber.
Yeah, please.
Because all I can do is look at doorbells and floodlights. If you look, most homes have already installed a motion detection floodlight in areas where they want security, above the garage, on the side of the house. So it's already there. The power's already there. You just replace what you currently have with this.
So brilliant.
And again, just like what we did with the doorbell, we found an area of real estate. I'm like McDonald's. I find the right corner.
Right.
So I found the area of real estate that was so valuable for a camera with the doorbell.
Yeah.
I've now found my second area of real estate.
Got it.
With the floodlight.
So you basically just follow all of the electrical wires, and
I'm just like,
where the hell does this lead?
Where does this lead to? Yeah.
Right. It's pretty genius. So let me ask you this: you're on the security tip. I've been looking at ADT alternatives because that company is. I don't want to say criminal, but if you were to type ADT complaints and look at the Better Business Bureau and you look at how people feel about ADT specifically, people hate that company. I'll never have ADT as a sponsor of this program, but I'm always honest.
Yep.
If you type company name and complaints, and you do that for LifeLock or ADT, LifeLock wanted to sponsor the program. I was like, I don't know if I can read an ad for that because I don't know if I want my mom buying that product. And I looked at the complaints. There were a lot of complaints about LifeLock, I think. I don't know if they fixed that yet, so I don't want to be fair to them or unfair to them, but there were a lot of complaints. A lot of complaints about ADT, blocking people into huge contracts.
I think, the contracts is a...
And now there's a company, I believe it's called Alarm.com or something. People were telling me, there's a big discussion on Nextdoor about this, where you can buy for $10 a month, $20 a month, or whatever, the service, and you can put your own system in.
Yes.
You have not connected any of the rings to Alarm.com or a back-end security system yet.
Not yet.
Is that on the roadmap, yes or no?
So, Jason, what I've learned in this business is that the roadmap is something that you have to keep very close to the chest.
Okay, keep it close to the chest.
And, I always hated Apple, like when I was just a normal consumer.
Right.
Being like, why are they so quiet? Why are they so secretive? Like, what? Like, come on,
Are you going to make a TV or not?
Yeah, like, come on, just say
Tell us.
And then I realized, like, people stop buying based on what they hear.
You freeze the market.
And so you can't be in business
and
tell the roadmap.
Yeah.
So it's actually a very serious thing that you realize, like, it's very serious. Our missions around reducing crime in neighborhoods will continue to do things around that, both hardware and software.
Yeah.
And that's what we fight
for every day. But services is another layer.
Could be.
Okay. Well, I won't tell anybody on a poker
basis.
As
my newest independent board member.
As the independent board member.
As my 50 bips.
Listen, it could be 6.65. I don't know. We could maybe do 0.625 and we'll split the difference.
3/4. I mean,
just round it up.
Round it up.
Listen, it could be on a 2-year vest. It could be a 3-year vest. I'm flexible.
That's really nice.
I'm in it for the long term.
No, it's really
Cliff, whatever you want to do. You want to do monthly vesting, quarterly? I don't know. I'm in it for the long term. But this is going to be the end game, I think, is when you can thread the needle and literally send my local police department a real-time feed. If I could approve a real-time feed, this is what I'm looking for. Because right now, if I have crime, I have to take a manual step to get the video and the live video to the... You can't get live video, please. So I was thinking, what if I got the email address, a generic email address of my police department. So if you had like police@santamonicapd.gov, whatever, and you said, listen, if something happens in my house, I'm going to send you a one-time link. It expires in 4 hours, and it will show you the previous 4 hours of video and live video for the next 4 hours. Hit the secret URL, boom. And if you click it, I'll have an audit trail that you did it, and then it turns off. But to give access to the video to the police on the way over there, Maron, this would be the end game. Why doesn't it exist in the market?
This summer, I'm going to come back on the show because you're inviting me back on.
Consider it a lock. And we'll talk more.
We're going to show you some interesting stuff.
Yeah, because that's where this has to go.
Again, it really is. It's deep in the company's ethos, and our DNA is this reducing crime in neighborhoods. It's actually very important. So we work with thousands of police departments. We give away tons of units to neighborhoods that are in need.
You've got enough to do in security that you don't need to get into smoke detectors or door locks.
And again, this is where from the entrepreneur side I've learned, and having a strong mission is cheating. It's just cheating.
Why?
Because it makes it so easy to run the business and to keep everyone on track. Which is one of the most difficult things in any company is focus and keeping people on track. And when you have a strong mission, that's actually one that people want to work for. People want us to, like, our team is excited to have us succeed because it means we make neighborhoods safer. And that's exciting. And then the second thing is it keeps everyone on the same page. So no one's saying, Jamie, let's do I heard XYZ, like a pet feeder is doing really well that's connected, we should do one. Like, no one says that because they know that that's not our mission. And so the distraction layer is just like gone.
Amazing.
And it's all the way through, and it's such an easy way with that, just reducing crime in neighborhoods. Like, 4 words, and you can just like.
So when somebody comes to the meeting, they're like, "Oh, you know what? I was looking at this thing. There's like pools need to be automated. And you could have like a whole pool system. Wi-Fi would fit right in, and we can have it in the interface." You're like, "Does that make your house safer?" They're like, "No." And you're like, "Well, what if we made something that if a kid falls in the pool, an alarm goes off?" It's like, okay, well that's on the table.
And that's when we actually do that. Like someone will say that, and they'll be like, "Well, but like this," and you start to think about it, like.
Yeah. Because now I'm like, as an official board member, I'm kind of like, the pool discussion, like maybe we could buy a company.
But it doesn't reduce crime in neighborhoods. It would save people, which is not. Right. But that's just not. But that's, by the way.
But that's safety and crime is an adjacency. But this is good. It's not part of the mission.
This is the problem. It's so easy to bleed over in companies, and then you lose.
I got it. Let me run another idea up the flagpole.
Okay.
Automatic license plate readers is a big debate in my community.
Yes.
A bunch of communities are doing this.
Yes.
It is $1 million install for $1 million to $2 million install.
And we have a good friend that lives in a neighborhood in LA that has one that you might.
Really?
Yeah.
Brentwood, Bel Air kind of place?
The Mandeville.
Oh, Mandeville, sure, of course, yes. They have license plate reading in Mandeville.
Yes.
This cost $1 million to put into a neighborhood, I understand?
Extremely expensive. Extremely expensive.
With your product and your inroads into communities, you could easily create. And I'm sorry, I got to start using we since I'm on the board.
No, we
could easily create a solution.
No.
Like we
appreciate that.
We could build a system where the community could extend and put these in their front of their houses, people who have it. If you're not on a street or not on the main street, you could say everybody on the block contribute this amount of money and we'll put it in the street, install it, and we could put it in this for what? $100,000 instead of $1 million.
Like a couple $100.
Okay, but let's just say we want to put 100 of them into a community. We want to do all of Santa Monica. We want to put 100 in.
Like a city.
Yeah, or town. Let's say town. Town, 50, let's say 50 cameras. 50 cameras. And we want to provide the service. And we want to provide the admin and interface for the police.
20 grand.
20 grand. Plus 20 a year in service?
Less.
Maintenance?
Less.
What if I want service? $500 a month maybe? Because we want service. We want to be able to call somebody 24 hours a day and have it fixed and repaired and whatever.
Of course.
But you need to have local source. This is the big winning
That would help reduce crime in neighborhoods. So it's good. I'm just saying.
Hot dog.
But by the way, again, like look at the cheating side of how that works as running a business.
Literally, we're having this discussion in my neighborhood right now, and I was like, listen, guys, there is an open source solution for license plate readers. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, of course.
There's an open source product, and I'm like, I'm going to put this open source product on my street, and I'm going to put a sign up that this is I'm going to put literally an arrow and say, this is a license plate reader. We've read your license plate.
Yeah.
And I'm literally thinking about putting the sign up before I install it. Just so people are like, well, F it. I don't want to be on this block. This dude's crazy.
That's the whole, that's deterrence, right? That's move it out.
All right, listen, Jamie, Congratulations. I mean, just sincerely, entrepreneur to
Thank you.
entrepreneur. I have so much respect for what you've done, not just because of the 65 basis points, but which are incredibly generous. Sincerely, it's just great to see people who are dogged and who work on something and get better as an entrepreneur. It's truly inspiring to see you build what I think is a unicorn. I mean, I literally think this is a $10 billion company. I mean, what is ADT worth in the public markets? 5?
They just got bought for 14, I think.
14.
Yeah.
I think you're a bigger company than ADT. I'll say it right now. Because ADT gets like one swing at the bat, your house, and then the monthly fees. I think you get like 20 swings at bat. There's like, and ADT is completely incompetent. They're completely incompetent. I mean, if you work at ADT, I'm sorry, but they're completely incompetent. Like, they just charge all this money. You feel terrible about the service. They lock you into 2 years.
It's also tough to be a legacy business. You know,
it's not tough. They could fix it in 10 seconds if they just hired innovators and they had a mission and they didn't care about gouging people. I object to what you're saying. It's very easy for them.
Yes.
They've just chosen an easy route. They want to go to bed at night and just make massive margins and not innovate anymore. They're lazy. ADT's lazy. You're going to eat their lunch. How many rounds of funding have you done? 3? Your C round?
3, yeah.
God.
No, 4.
This company's when are you going to file for public? What, Q4, you think? This is a public company.
I'd like to take it public in the fall.
You're kidding.
No, I'm serious.
Have you ever said that on before? This might be this week in startup exclusive.
So I have said. So here's the interesting thing. So with this business, I have said from day one, my goal is to take it public, not to sell it. We have too big of a vision, and also it's when you stand up for something, when you say you're really going to do something like this, like reducing crime in neighborhoods. A company can't buy a company that reduces crime in neighborhoods. They need to buy EBITDA and margin and all this other shit. And there's lots of stuff we do that they'll never get.
You never sold any secondary shares either. Maybe I can get a little secondary share action.
They would, but any company would kill all the good stuff here immediately. They'd have to. There's no way they could see the stuff that I spend money on would kill a normal executive.
Yeah.
I mean, they just would die. They just couldn't see it.
Like what?
Just all these, I have stuff that I'm doing. I'm working on products now that will launch in 2 years.
Wow.
And I'm spending, I'm budgeting $5 million for it this year.
Wow.
And at the size company we are, there's just no one would let me get away with that in a real business.
Yeah. I mean, being public, it does lead to a little bit.
But by that time, I think
you'll have escape velocity.
Yes.
Which is critical. All right, listen, I could keep you here all day, but you've got a lot to do. Your people are already doing cartwheels outside the room. We'll take a walk around the trade show floor, and we'll see some other cool stuff. Jamie,
Great.
Continued success. If you have not tried Ring, it works great for an apartment building. It works great for a home. A lot of people can't get packages. They feel scared to leave them on their doorstep. Yep. But this, I think this really eliminates that.
Yeah.
It really eliminates that. The thing another thing for safety, I think is going to happen is, if you could get into the door lock business somehow,
all through partnership.
Partnership, yeah.
It's all through partnership.
I think there's going to be an opportunity for giving Amazon, 2 or 3 trusted partners the ability to open your front door and drop a box into your apartment and close the door if there's cameras everywhere.
I think we'll be one of the parts of that ecosystem.
Yeah.
We're not going to be the whole solution, though.
Yeah, it's really an amazing, amazing product, and it's just so great to see you succeed. It's another overnight success, 6 years in the making, exactly. And really another 10 years as an entrepreneur. Yeah, just another 15-year overnight success here on This Week in Startups. We'll see you all next time. Go to ring.com, buy a product, and subscribe to the show. Go to thisweekinstartups.com, and you can get our email. If you get our email, then we'll invite you to our exclusive tapings. We have secret tapings where you get to come, and then I invite 10 people every year to come to have a burger with me in San Francisco. If you want to come have burger time with Jason and just talk about startups, sign up for the mailing list and you'll get a random email. And if you want to sign up for my super secret text list, jasonstxtlist.com. About 1,200 of you have signed up for that. And listen, 100, 200,000 people sign up, listen to every episode. So, whatever, 50 bips. Kind of like my deal with you, is have signed up for Jason's text list, Jason's TXT list. And what do I do on that list? I just text random stuff that I don't want to say publicly to your phone directly. It might be like a book recommendation. It might be something I think. I might be pissed off about something. And you know what the open rate is on SMS?
100%.
Precisely. All right, this has been another amazing episode. We'll see you all next time on This Week in Startups. Bye-bye.
Our iTunes review of the week is from Alex Nicholson. There isn't a better combination of experience, insider knowledge, insightful analysis, and wit, all wrapped up in a down-to-earth guy who's fun to listen to. Without even trying, Jason is also incredibly inspirational.